Channable helps us at Artefact to focus on our key pillars, one of which is precision marketing, because it allows us to hyper-personalize our ad text and banners to fit the target audiences. And in addition, it also allows us to implement a holistic view of online marketing through a single tool. My name is Job Hilbers. I'm a senior SEA consultant. I've been working at Artefact for about a year and a half.
My name is Sjoerd. I'm working for over 8 months now at Artefact as a senior display consultant. Artefact is a global company, so we're working in a hybrid model with data and consultancy and digital marketing combined. And we're working for different clients such as the fashion market, the OTAs, online travel agencies, and for cosmetics as well.
So we're working for 2 of our biggest clients at Channable, up to a point where I now spend about 20 hours a week in Channable for our client Grand Vision. So yeah, when I first started with it, it was for product feed management, and I'm using it for creation of ETA campaigns and ad text keywords, etc., all based on the same feed. I decided to start using Channable because I have a big interest in automation, and I think we should automate as much grunt work that would just be manual labor and repetitive labor, and focus on what we think adds value for the client. Channable is perfect for that because it automatically creates all my campaigns, all my loads in the new products into my shopping campaigns, and it takes away the more repetitive work, the more manual labor, and it lets me focus on generating more value for the client. The onboarding on Channable was really nice. We sat down with our account managers and looked at how we could use it and for which clients we could use it, where they supplied us with training, and especially colleagues that weren't used or had a lesser affinity with automation got a more thorough training. And that was ensued by a period where we had a free trial, which let us experiment a lot and let us expand on our current clients. As an international marketing agency, it's very convenient to use Channable. We have several clients across different countries, and it makes it a lot easier for me to manage all of my campaigns in the same structure, same way, and have a scalable solution through Channable. And since the entire project that I create is so easily transferable for another country, yeah, it makes my life a lot easier. What we do as an agency versus what the client does in the tool differs. Usually the client sets up the initial connection with the product feed into Channable, but we are the ones that set up all the rules according to our best practices. We have a general strategy, an SEA strategy, but we tweak it with Channable to make sure that the strategy and the exact keywords fit really well with the local markets.
What I think is most useful for display advertising within Channable is the rule setup. With a good rule setup, we can make a clever segmentation to hyper-personalize our display banners worldwide.
The SEA feature that I prefer most, and that's my favorite in Channable, is the ability to create campaigns and ad groups, ad texts and keywords all automatically. It's generally a lot of manual work that's very time consuming and also error prone. So being able to automate that all through Channable makes my life a whole lot easier. We use master rules for the streamlining of all of our SEA campaigns and separating it by product category, which makes it a lot easier and also makes it scalable across different countries. So we're able to use the same master rules as a similar guideline across each of the different countries in which we're advertising.
Since we use Channable, we see that our Channable creatives are outperforming our control group. So what we see in figures is that the CTR raised with 19% and our CPA decreased with 16%.
Through the use of Channable, we've been able to save a lot of time in terms of manual labor that we previously had to invest into creating campaigns, ad groups, keywords and ad text. That all now gets done automatically, and we've been able to focus our time on optimizing the accounts, which has led to a positive result or an improvement of ROAS and an increase in revenue as well. So what I like most about Channable is as a company is how cooperative they are and how willing they are to collaborate with us. And it goes both ways, both towards our clients, but also to us as an agency and our international offices. So they've always been welcoming of feedback, and we've supplied them with plenty of feedback, and a lot of features are already implemented. And we meet regularly with our account manager to make sure that any new features that we want to see within Channable at least get put on the roadmap and in due time get added to Channable as well.
What I like most about Channable is that they're really young-minded, really dynamic, and always open to discuss for new features. I really like the young vibe that's going on over there.
So we have a couple of clients, we have some future plans on how to use Channable. It's actually part of a rather long roadmap, but we started at SEA as the basis, and now we're moving into all of the different disciplines as well. So we already have Facebook onboarded, we'll be onboarding DV360, and since it's a retailer, hopefully we'll be able to onboard them onto Amazon now as well. Any tips that I would have for people who are looking to automate their online marketing activities is to at least spark a conversation with Channable. They've been an absolute pleasure to work with, and they've helped us along the way in getting used with the tool, but we've also been able to help them and help them focus on what we think is important within online marketing and how they can form Channable to fit our needs. So definitely talk to them.